The Joy Behar Show, every night, 10 Eastern, on HLN.
Well, I think for a lot of women, it's a sort of like, don't ask, don't tell. Like, they'd rather their husbands masturbate to porn than actually be bothered to have real sex. I mean, I think a lot of women would prefer not to always have sex and not to be pestered by their husband. So it's like, fine, go in the den, turn on the computer, and do it.
So what's the harm in that then for the women? If they don't really care, what's the difference if he's up there doing that?
You know what? If you use it as a second choice, it's absolutely fine, I think. However, if it gets easier to go to porn than to go to bed and have sex with your wife, then it's really painful for the women that come in and say, you know, I'd like to have sex, but my husband's actually masturbating more in front of the computer than having sex with me.
And the other thing I would say, Joy, is that a lot of guys, you know, who are in their 30s or 40s, they think that they can still pleasure themselves like they were in their 20s. And the problem is a guy's at home, he masturbates once or twice to porn, the edge is dulled. He's just not going to be interested in pursuing sex as vigorously. He's not going to try as hard to make it happen, to be romantic. And I think as a result, a kind of a thaw or a detachment does settle into the relationship.
Let me ask you something, Davey. Maybe this is a hard question to ask you, but how did it affect your relationship specifically? Can you tell me?
You know, I think that, yeah, there's times where maybe you have just been masturbating to porn on the internet, and then, you know, your girlfriend comes home and wants to have sex, and you're not as interested as you would be, you know?
Is that what happened
there's
to
all
you?
kinds of... yeah, that's happened to me.
That's what happened to you.
I mean, yeah, like if you just masturbated, then you're like, oh, I don't want to do this thing right now because I just got myself off.
Can I add to that?
You know,
Go ahead.
there's all kinds of risks like that. And I think it's important for guys. You know, I'm the most liberal-minded dude. I don't think porn is evil, but I think just like anything, you know, I think it's worth guys thinking about their porn usage and considering unplugging.
I think it's the constant use of the thing and the addictive quality.
The other thing that it leads
yes.
to that's very confusing to women is a lot of guys who had never suffered from erectile problems as a result of too much porn are suffering from erectile problems. A lot of them can't reach orgasm, and a lot of women are sort of like, what's going on? Why can't my guy get there anymore?
Can men fake it?
Absolutely. Men fake it all.
And they do. Because now they're under pressure to have sex with their partners and perform when they can't. So they are faking it more than they have before.
But I don't understand how a man can fake it exactly.
If you're using a condom?
I can explain.
Go ahead,
if you like.
Tell me, yeah.
From personal experience.
Wait, let me
and
get
it's hard
a
to say
cigarette. Go ahead, tell
It's
me.
hard to say if it's hard to say if this happened because of watching too much porn. I don't think that was the issue because necessarily because I have overdosed it. But what you do is if you're wearing a condom, you know, you just do what you would do normally. You know, like Ian said, sometimes for some guys they have erectile dysfunction. For some guys they go too long. Now usually guys are afraid of going too short and finishing early. So maybe I felt like a champion because I was going for a long time, but it's not that fulfilling. Ultimately, the woman's like, enough already. Yeah. And then also, it doesn't feel like successful sex unless both parties do it.
Last word,
you
Ian.
fake it.
Right. Guys develop what's called an idiosyncratic masturbatory style. They're so used to a kind of pressure and friction with their hands, it can't be approximated during real sex. So as a result, they have to fake it.